orders that would get them into, they would be in and have criminal exposure, but he, the president, would not.
Claire, he did it already. He did it to the Department of Homeland Security, to border officials. And I remember the story breaking. I was about to go on the air. It was the 356 or something. It was a story by Annie Carney in the New York Times in 2018. And the story went something like this, that he promised people pardons if they carried out his illegal orders when it came to how to treat human beings at the border. He has done it already as president. And I sometimes wonder if we live in a country anymore where former government officials can break through. I think the jury's out on that when you look at Trump's sort of vibrant support among his base. But we haven't tested that with generals being out in a sustained way. And I wonder, not just legally, but politically, if this has an impact.
Well, I think it does. And I'm a little disappointed the list was not longer. I'm a little disappointed that General Kelly is not on that list, and that Jim Mattis is not on that list, and Mark Esper is not on that list. It would have been stronger if some of the high-ranking military officials that saw this firsthand, where he would try to get them to do things that clearly were not good for national security and not legal. He tried to get them to act politically. And, you know, I think everybody needs to take a breath here and realize we're pretty proud of our democracy in America. I don't care if you're for Trump or for anybody else. I think most people are proud of America. What he is asking America to turn into is those countries that we've always looked sideways at and thought, well, how could that happen? How could the military be protecting thugs and crooks and a corrupt government? How can the military be arresting innocent people and putting them in prison because they're a political opponent? That would never happen in America. That's what Donald Trump is asking for. He is asking for that ability. And Andrew nailed it. I mean, for the military to be put in a position that either you follow your commander or you don't. And if you don't follow your commander, you're following the law. And if you do follow your commander, you're breaking the law. That should be a breaking point for this country. And this case should be decided 9-zip. I dare Alito and Clarence Thomas to actually say in written form that a president can break the law and nothing can be done. I dare them, because that would really be the bottom of the frickin' barrel.
I don't know what Claire had for